Hi guys, Kyra Schaefer here, and I am wanting to talk to you today about self-confidence. And I'm going to try and fill this up with as much content and information as possible. When we are wanting to feel more confident, we're wanting to feel a little bit more sure about ourselves and that kind of thing, it's really an interesting process, and it can be a fun process and an easy process. But what happens when you're really unsure about yourself and you're not quite on the right page and you're really wanting to develop and grow and be able to do what it is that you're wanting to do and have more fun in your life, sometimes that confidence issue kind of gets us a little bit caught up. So just keep in mind, we're going to get through as much as possible. And also too, I'm not going to be offering anything at the end of this video. This is just for your information. It's just to also increase some awareness for my clients and things like that who will be listening to this in the future. Also too, it might be a part of a module program to help people to get really a good start on building their self-confidence and helping them feel better. Okay, so I'm going to keep looking at my notes from time to time just to make sure that I'm on track with everything I'm needing to say. So the first thing that I want to make sure that we connect with here is what confidence is and what confidence isn't. Now, confidence isn't the same as courage. Okay, confidence is not the same as courage. Courage is what gets us up in front of a group of people and start to talk about widgets. I don't know, but it takes courage to be able to do that. It takes courage to stand up and give a eulogy. It takes courage to be able to connect with a small group of people. It takes courage to stand up in front of thousands of people and deliver content. Now, this is the thing. That's not confidence. Confidence is basically knowing something with swagger. And if you can't even do the swagger part, that's okay, because confidence is just simply knowing something. Abraham Hicks says that confidence is really just finding a way of accomplishing something with effective results. That's really all it is. And I think that we get really caught up in what confidence is and what it's not. And we forget that confidence is really, really simple. You can feel confident right now. There's a number of things that you can feel really, really confident about. And the more that you get into the energy of feeling confident, the better you're going to understand what it is. Not only will you understand what it is, but you'll also be able to do it at a moment's notice, really. Okay. Just making sure that everything is right on target here. Confidence isn't cocky. Those are two very different things. Confidence is very calm. It's very centered. It's very balanced. When we are really good, peaceful, and clear, we can be a lot more in our power. That's really, to me, what it is. It's knowing something, it's being clear and calm about it, it's being in your power. Cockiness is usually something that comes into play when we are trying to kind of cover up our insecurities. So we want to make sure that we get the difference there. When we're just covering up our insecurities, that is not really confidence. Let's see. Like I said, confidence is really, really easy to feel. There are a number of things that you already feel good and confident about. So one of those things might be, hey, I'm a human. I am pretty confident in the fact that I am a human. Okay, cool. So I can be pretty clear on that. I know that it's true. I feel good about that. Perfect. I'm confident I'm a woman. I know that. There's pretty much 100% I know that I'm a woman, right? So we can feel that feeling of confidence, of simply knowing something. And the more we get into that feeling, the more we can feel it, and then we can bring it and pull it into other areas of our life. What's something else I'm confident about? I'm confident I am probably going to leave this office today at some time. So I can get up and I can leave and I can do any number of things with my day. I can feel confident that I will be doing that. Okay, so we get into the feeling of that knowingness. That's all it is. Confidence is just knowing something. What I like with Abraham's quote is that it's effective, some kind of effective result can definitely help to encourage even more confidence. so you can feel a lot better. So when we are in this process of feeling this feeling of confidence, feeling this feeling of clarity, feeling this feeling of knowing, feeling this feeling of being, we can essentially get really, really high in that good feeling. So if I know that feeling of I'm a woman, I'm a human, I'm probably going to leave this office today, probably pretty effectively, unless I trip and fall on the way out, I've got some kind of an effective result. I know that I can feel pretty good about that. Okay, so when I feel good in my body, when I feel confident in my beingness, then I can essentially tap into that feeling even more. And when I tap into that feeling, I can increase it. And when I increase that feeling, it gets even better. Okay, so let's just try it together. Just take a couple good breaths. Just let yourself kind of reconnect with your being, with yourself right now. And just know something, right? Know something. I'm human, I'm a woman or man, I'm whatever it might be. I'm leaving the office today. I'm a parent. I'm something. I am that. Okay. And feel where you feel that feeling in your body. It might be even a proud feeling. I'm proud to be a woman. I'm proud to be a human being, right? And you just feel that feeling. And then you just imagine that if you could take that feeling up 10 times, you could really allow yourself to increase it. You could really let yourself feel in harmony with that, in truth in that. And you know that you can be effective as that thing that you know that you are. Okay. So the more you get into that feeling, let's bring in something else that you're not quite confident about, right? Let's bring in something that most people are not confident about, which is public speaking. So let's bring in a feeling of, oh, I've got to speak in public. Now, if it's terrifying to you, maybe don't bring that one in, but maybe it's answering test scores right or something like that. So then you want to say, okay, I know this feeling of confidence is within me. I have that feeling of confidence. I know that feeling. I recognize it. Now, if we were to kind of overlay that feeling over top of that jittery or uncomfortable feeling of that, let's say, speaking in public, let's just pretend. Let's just pretend for a moment that you were one of those people. One of those people that are really good at speaking in public, that you can just feel how they exude that energy, that positivity, that you can tell that they just love being up there and they love feeling good. And just imagine that you could feel that feeling too. Right? Let's step away from the old belief that has put you into a place of fear around it. Let's just pretend. Let's pretend, hey, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm that person. I love being that person. I love communicating my ideas. I love helping people understand me. I love feeling sure of myself. I love knowing that I am where I am and it's perfectly great. I love knowing that I can do even better than what I've done before. I love feeling good. Okay, so let's just consider that as a possibility, as a true and genuine possibility. And just play with that idea and expand it and increase it 10 times and 20 times and 50 times. Just go there with it. It's not going to hurt anything. All you have to do is try. And then you just try again. And you try again and try again and try again. So this is an easy practice where it's essentially what some people would call faking it till you make it. As a part of our confidence matrix here is faking it till we make it. And the thing is that it's not about being inauthentic. We're not really wanting to go that route. Instead, we just want to allow ourselves the opportunity to open up to a new possibility. That's really it. There's really nothing more to that than that. It's just simply opening up to another possibility. Your subconscious mind, by the way, loves feeling good. It loves it. Your conscious mind is what tends to want to shut you down and wants to make you feel like, oh, don't go out there. They're going to kill you with sticks and rocks. No, that's not true. So really, it's what keeps, some people seeming like they're an expert when they may or may not be, but because they can speak in public, this is something that's very psychological. It's like, well, Yeah, but do they really know what they're talking about? I don't know. But because they can do that, that sets them apart. Well, I'm saying, why do we need to be set apart from anyone? Can't we just allow ourselves all the opportunity to be able to stand up and say whatever is in our mind and our heart and our being? As long as obviously it's not hurtful or harmful to another person, that would be a really rather poor intention. And so we want to just continue to stay authentic as best we can. But while we're in this process, we're allowing ourselves to just move through each moment in a way that feels better and better and better. Okay, so fake it till we make it. But really, that can be a very personal, quiet process that you do alone at home or whatever, where you just kind of let yourself get into the energy of feeling more confident about the things that you know. If you do not know something and you want to feel confident about it, you need to learn about it. There's really no other way, in my mind or opinion, that you can just go out and just wing something and just go, yeah, I really don't know anything about this, so, but I'm going to pretend like I'm confident. There's going to be an incongruency in your being, and then the people that are listening to you or going around a group of people or something like that, they're going to feel the inauthenticity before they hear your words. So your words could be spot on and really good, but your heart, your being, you're not being honest. So we want to make sure that there is always this congruency inside of you with what you're saying and what you're feeling. There's some other little quick tools that I can give you that are really fun and effortless. So the first thing to know is that people actually do not know what's going on inside of you. They don't know, but they can feel incongruent. So we want to make sure that we're matching, and not going way too far over the top, because sometimes that just appears like insecurity. So we want to make sure that we are really clear about what it is that we're wanting to bring to the world, how we're wanting to show up in the world. But know that people really aren't thinking about you. I think that that's somewhere that when we have social anxiety, we get around in public or something like that, we think that people are thinking something about us, when in actuality, they are more concerned about what they're feeling and thinking and doing that has nothing to do with us. So they don't know what's going on inside of you. And looking confident is easy. Okay, there's something called power posing. I would suggest that you go on to TED Talks or go on to YouTube and just look up power posing, because power posing is a very easy way to get into the energy of confidence. And this is how I would suggest that you do it if you don't want to actually physically do the power pose, although I would suggest that you do the power pose too. Is that in your mind, you just imagine yourself as Superman or Wonder Woman or whatever kind of character, and you notice how they pull back, pull up, their chin is up, their eyes are forward, everything is just, pulled back. And I think that if you imagine that you have a cape blowing in the wind, it's going to naturally pull you back, right? It's going to pull you back and pull your head up. So we want to keep up and then have our hands on our hips. So just using your imagination and imagining yourself doing that. And I love to add in the ha 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 ha, right? Because you're so in your power, you're so in control, and you feel so good that everything is up, you're balanced, you're completely stable within yourself. Let me tell you something. This is real easy to consider and look at in your day-to-day life. If you look at a police officer or you look at a military person, they are not this. They're not slouched over. They're not like whatever. I don't even care about what you people are talking about. Whatever it is. No, they're up. They're back. They're strong. They're squared off. They're very attentive. They're aware. They're aware of their surroundings. They have a perception. They have all kinds of things that are happening all at once. That's really helping them to take in their environment. Right? And become very aware, but it's something that they're taught how to do that. Why would we teach someone to do that? because this brings it doesn't give you anything. It doesn't make you feel good and confident. If you're going into battle, you want people to be ready, to be sharp, to be clear, to be concise, to be in control. If you are on the streets in Phoenix, our police officers, we want those guys to be up and aware and clear and ready to take action. We don't want them all slouched over like, I don't know, whatever. No, we don't want that. So this actually changes your physiology. It changes your brainwave patterns. It changes everything. They do this for a reason. So what I'll invite you to do before you go into any social environment, into any situation at all, you want to be pulled up, pulled back, your shoulders back, your head up, feeling really good, allowing yourself to feel good. It's okay to feel good. It's okay to feel confident. Because confident is not cocky. Confidence not loud. Confidence not boastful. That's where we get into this very interesting situation. Because we think and have been raised to believe that introvert is bad and extrovert is good. I don't know why that is. It's because maybe the kids who are more extroverted, they get more attention, they entertain, they perform, they make life a little bit more fun, for adults or something like that. I don't know why it gets so much good play, but I will say that the introvert is very important, because who is the extrovert going to talk to? The introvert. The introvert listens, is calm, generally calculating, is resolved, resolute, is capable of processing tremendous amounts of information, because that introvert is going to be taking in and bringing in so much more awareness. An extrovert might be more talkative and open, but an introvert is going to be processing and contemplating and becoming curious about. And so both sides are fine. Now, for me, I'm a combination of the two. So I am an outgoing introvert. And it took me a long time to figure this out, because being an outgoing introvert, you don't know why you feel okay with just hanging out at home, but when you go out, you feel pretty good about going out and being around people. For most of the time, introverts and outgoing introverts tend to feel a little bit off put with extroverts. So I want to make sure that there's some clarity there, because when we look at the different sides of the coin here, we can't think that confidence can only be accomplished by extroverted people. It doesn't work that way. Confidence is calm. It's clear. It's calculating. It's reserved. It's straightforward. And if you add in a little bit of that feeling of shoulders back, chin up, that just adds to it. Sometimes we're afraid to be confident. And the reason why we're afraid to be confident is because I think that it comes from our primitive brain of being, killed with sticks and rocks. I think because, and we've seen it, have we not? We've seen where people have put themselves out in our world and they've gotten killed, shot down, beat up, all that stuff for being different, being confident, believing in what they're saying, all of those kinds of things. It's a very interesting process. So with that being said, I want to add in, that is our looking confident, shoulders back, eyes forward. Sounding confident is also easy. It's where it's clear, calm, and slow. Extroverts might be more, here we go, we're out here, we're doing this thing. But a truly confident person is going to be more calm. That's it. It's a very interesting thing, because we've put so much value on that extroverted personality that isn't always conducive with calm and clear and slow. It's a fascinating actually study that you can actually look into. There's a book called Quiet, and definitely take a look at that if you happen to be an introvert or an outgoing introvert. So some crutch statements to help you think about what you're going to say. So sometimes we're in an environment and we're around a group of people and we want to feel more confident about what we're saying. And we want to give ourselves some time to think and consider some things. So this is the first part of that, is being able to have these crutch statements kind of on hand so that you can give yourself a chance to think about what it is that you want to say. Because what a lot of people do is they think and they go way too far into their thinking that they forget what they're trying to say. So we want to make sure that we get really, really super clear on just having these statements available. So the first statement is, let me give that some thought. Okay? Let me give that some thought. If somebody says something to you that they seem to want some kind of answer to, just say, hey, let me give that some thought. I don't know. And what that does is that offers a little bit of vulnerability, which is good. It's good to be a little bit vulnerable. And it also offers in some, an opportunity for you to think about it and being okay with letting yourself think about what you want to say. You don't have to just answer. You don't have to get jumbled up in your thoughts. You can just take a moment and relax and know that it's going to be all right, and you can just take your time with it. The next crutch statement, that's interesting. Tell me more. So that offers them an opportunity to be able to talk to you more about whatever it is that they're saying. And it gives you some time to think about what you want to say. Now, when we're being good listeners, like when we were in kindergarten, and we really want to be intent on what the other person is saying, we don't want to have any of these other things going on in our mind. Well, if we are socially kind of have the social anxiety, we want to make sure that we're able to say what we need to say, and say it as well as we can. But the thing is that we kind of maybe have to do that at the same time that somebody else is speaking. And that's all right. It helps us to reduce our anxiety a little bit. And that's really what we want. Tell me about you, right? Tell me about you. Tell me about you. Tell me about you. I don't want you to talk about me. I want to talk about you. That's like networking 101. You don't walk up to somebody in a networking group and say, hey, let me tell you about how awesome I am. No, you walk up to a networking group and you shake hands and you say, hey, what do you do? What do you offer? What are you about? I'd love to learn more about you. That kind of thing, because it offers an opportunity for you to kind of get some space in your words. It gives you some space in your thinking. It gives you an opportunity to really engage with another person, because there's nothing else that we love more than to talk about ourselves, especially if you're going and talking to an introvert. An extrovert, I'm sorry. So if you do that, then you become interested and you become more aware about the things that they have to offer, and then you can connect with how you can bring more value to their life. You see, so it's a really nice way to begin a conversation. It's a nice way and it's an easy way to continue the conversation even when you're not certain about what you want to say. All right, perfect. All right, now when it comes to just about anything else, we want to just take a look at areas of your life where you don't feel that you are worthy. And that goes deeper into another subject. If I'm not worthy of having a voice, then I may not speak. If I'm not worthy of being a part of the conversation, if I'm not relevant enough to be a part of the conversation, if I'm not lovable enough to be a part of the conversation, whatever it is, that's something else entirely. And that's something that Todd and I could talk to you about, or anything like that in the future. But really, that's not confidence either. That has to do with self-worth. That has to do with you believing that you have some kind of value. So in short, and just to wrap it up here, I want to just thank everyone who's come and listened. And, this was really my experiment to get used to doing Google Hangouts. And I think that it's working. And I'm really still in the process. So thank you so much for those of you who joined me. And I'm still just kind of learning everything. Also, too, because I didn't have any confidence in Google Hangouts, I decided that I was going to go ahead and do one because that's the other part of building confidence, is trying something even when you're uncertain and trusting that you're going to do the best that you can. And if things mess up, they mess up. Who cares? It's going to be all right. But if you don't try, then you'll never get anywhere. So let yourself fail. Let yourself make mistakes. Let yourself do dumb things. Let yourself do ums and ahs and all this stuff, just like I did today. I scratched my nose about 500 times, and it's all right. I think that it's perfect. Even if you are only able to just try anything new each and every day, I think that you will find that you are just absolutely fantastic going through in this process of learning how to love yourself better and learning how to be more confident, because really confidence, all it is just knowing something. And I like to add that in, knowing something with swagger, knowing something and feeling really good about what you know. But remember, confidence is calm, confidence is clear, confidence is controlled. It's not way over the top, it's not in your face. It's just simply allowing yourself to let everybody else know that you know something and that you enjoy the process of sharing it with them. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. And I can't wait to, if anybody has any feedback, anybody wants to add any comments, please feel free to do so. And I will be speaking to you again soon. Thank you so much.